I'm Nabila. I'm
Hi,
from Lyca Radio. So nice to meet you, Rajkummar
likewise.
Rao.
Thank you,
What
Nabila,
what
likewise.
what do you like to be called? Rajkummar? Raj? What should I
Raj
go
is
with?
fine. Raj is okay.
I
Fine.
I have to say it's a hefty name. Like I feel like it's a movie
Got stuck, Nabila.
star name, Rajkummar Rao. Like, oh no. Right. Am I moving?
Yes, yes, I can see you now.
Oh, great. Okay, so I know we don't have a lot of time, so I do definitely want to talk about the film, and I want to say thank you for giving your time. Like, I'm so excited to talk to you. But I was
Thank
talking about your name. I feel like it's such a mashallah, like heavy name, like a movie star name. Like, do you
you.
ever feel like your parents were like, ye to kuch na kuch banega, like this name, it's just, how did it come
my,
about? I'd love to know.
my grandfather named me Rajkumar.
Yeah.
Of course, he didn't even in his dreams thought that I would be a movie actor one day. It's the dream
Yeah.
I saw growing up in Gurgaon, back home. But yeah, I think I like the sound of Rajkumar Rao as a name.
No, I do too. I think it's a great name, like I said. And also, I want to congratulate you on your GQ award. So I think that's
Thank you.
incredible.
Thank
I
you.
really liked the idea that, it's an influential representation and it's for like the betterment of India. And I do also feel that it just isn't about India because I feel it comes into South Asia because you have a lot of Pakistani fans, you have a lot of South Asian fans. So again, like I think it's a massive congratulations. I think that's incredible.
Thank you.
So I'm going to go into the movie. So, and obviously we've seen the trailers and we've seen the songs, and I do apologize if you've answered this like a million times already, but just for my benefit, I'd love to know like what is it that really sort of draws you to these kind of roles and this character, and do you find yourself like especially when it's like based on a real story, do you find the pressure that I have to really be true to this person, or it's more of an embodiment of this character that you take on with you? So please do share.
No, I'm somebody who's always looking for challenging and exciting and new parts to play, to portray on screen. And when it comes to real life characters, that's always very exciting for me as an actor. When Tushar, my director, told me about Srikanth's life journey and then what he has
Mm-hmm.
achieved in life and him, and also he's visually impaired. So I thought, it would be a great character for me to portray on screen. Of course, there was a lot of hard work that was needed. So the preparation was a lot. I had to spend a lot of time with the visually impaired people in blind schools and had to spend a lot of
Wow.
time with Srikanth himself, because I was portraying his life on screen. So got to
Of
learn a
course.
lot from him about him and how normal he is, how confident he is in life, how chilled out he is in life, and that is
Mm-hmm.
something I tried to recreate, on screen for you guys to watch. And it's a story that moved me when I got to know about him. When I read the script, I was really moved. I was really inspired, and I'm hopeful for the same reaction from the audiences when they watch it.
Absolutely, fingers crossed. Do you put yourself, I'd say your choice of movies, is this now become a conscious decision for you going forward? Because I'd say, and this is like no disrespect, I feel like this is not so much about getting the public massy acceptance, it's about the real people wanting to watch films that matter and that have a message. And I do have to point out one of my favorite films of yours, even though it might not be that popular, was Ek Ladki Ko Dekha To Aisa Laga, and I really enjoyed that because I think it stayed with me. I think your choice of being an ally in this film, and just it wasn't camp, it wasn't over the top, it was a real depiction of what a queer individual might go through, especially
Yeah.
someone who is South Asian, not even just Indian, and being that sort of ally. So has this become like a very conscious decision going forward in the movies you do choose, that it needs to be not a one done, people won't watch it again, it just needs to be something that means more to you, and hopefully it shows through to your audiences?
It is a conscious decision on my part. I
Mm-hmm.
tend to incline towards these stories, which if we can make a positive impact on the society through our stories, then there's nothing, bigger than that. Being an artist,
Absolutely.
so I try and do that with whatever films I can do, in that genre. Be it Badhai Do, Ek Ladki Ko Dekha To Waisa Laga, Newton,
Yeah.
Shahid, Bose, now Srikanth, of course, to inspire people. So yeah, it is certainly a conscious choice on my part.
No, I think that's incredible. Again, kudos to you. I think that's great. And like I said, I did really enjoy Street. I think you're hilarious. So I would absolutely love to see more like street comedy kind of films, and it was so funny to me. But again, I still feel there was that message because I loved the giving the men what was it, a countdown, or they had to go to bed or go to the home at a certain time limit, which I thought was brilliant. So yeah, absolutely, and I think that's incredible that you're doing that. And then method acting. I know it's been a massive conversation lately with a lot of actors. What does that mean to you? Do you think that's a big part of what you do, or can you kind of just switch on, switch it off? Is it like when you go home, your partner's like, all right, enough. I want the right, Raj, get stuff out of it. Or do you like to kind of do like a continuous thing?
Well, it depends on the kind of film I'm doing at that point of time. There are some
Mm-hmm.
films which allow me to go, deep down into method. Like Srikanth is one of that film, where you have to be Srikanth throughout the process. It just can't be. It's not switch on, switch off for me, especially when you portray a real life character on screen. But then there
Yeah.
are films like Stree or Bareli Barfi where it's about having fun, in a particular scene and having fun with your co-actors, with your lines, improvise, just to enjoy it first yourself and for people to enjoy it later. So it
Yeah.
depends. It totally depends on the kind of film I'm filming at that point of time.
Amazing. And do you ever feel this like untoward pressure about these sort of films you're doing? They are heavy. It's like I said, a true message behind it. But again, it's relative to a real life person. And has it
Yeah.
ever been a point, where you're like, I have to do a really good job, and you sometimes really get into it? And how do you sort of balance that with yourself, your
So
persona, and your job?
there's certainly some kind of responsibility I feel when you portray a real life character on screen, because in Srikanth's case, he's very much alive, he's very much there, and there are people who know him are there. They're going to watch it, and you really cannot take that off your shoulders that people are going to judge it.
Mhm.
So and it's a responsibility because that's how people would know him, through your performance, through your storytelling. That's how people can remember Srikanth. Those who don't know of him, so it's
Yeah.
certainly it's in a way it's a sense of responsibility when you do a biopic. Um, yeah.
Absolutely. Right, I'm going to talk about the song because I've been listening to it all day. So, Papa Kehte Hain. And I'm going to say it's pretty iconic in its own right, but I'd love to get your kind of thoughts. So, in this sort of era of like remakes and songs, being brought back, what do you think about it? Like, do you think it needs to be, as long as it's relevant, you're good? Do you think it needs to have justice done? Do you think Baba Kehte Hain is a song that has the right justice to it in this movie that you're starring in? I'd love to
Oh,
hear your thoughts about
it
it.
goes very well. It goes very well with our story. It's very moving. It's a song that I've grown up watching and listening to,
Mhm.
and we haven't touched it much. It's almost original the way it was, and it comes in a film at the right moment.
Mhm.
Because Srikanth is also somebody who's trying to achieve something in life, who's trying to cross those hurdles and make
Yeah,
his parents proud, like all of us. So that's why I think that's the reason we chose Papa Kehte Hain, to be the original, in a way, keep it the originality of Papa Kehte Hain and to use it in a film in a new way.
yeah, no, I love it. I really enjoyed that. It was very authentic. And then relating to the song, if you were to time travel back to 1988 when this song came out, what millennial trends or items would you take back? This was 1988, I believe, or like the late 80s. What would you take back to the 80s? That's the first question. And then the second one is, what movies would you have sort of stolen from the 80s and 90s that you're now the star, you've time traveled, it's all relevant, you've got your actors, your movies, and you have the opportunity to be a millennial? What would you take?
I would take back because at that time, of course, I was listening to Papa Kehte Hain on those cassettes,
Mm-hmm.
in my Walkman or in my stereo. But I would like to take back that how in just one click you can listen to the whole song and just keep it on loop and you can just take it ahead, take it back with just one
Yeah.
finger. So I think that makes it very easy technically. So I would love to do that because in during those days you really have to physically press that button and it would go rewind. It will take around 30
Yeah,
seconds
of
for the
course.
song to go back. So yeah, I would love to take this technology back to 80s, 88 now. And the films I grew up watching are all the films that we have grown up watching. All Shah Rukh sir's films, Amir sir, Salman sir's, Akshay sir's. DDLJ, of course, is something which had a
Mm-hmm.
huge impact on me. Shul, Manu sir's film. Satya. So I've grown up. I'm a child of Hindi film industry. I've grown
Yeah,
up watching these films, and they have influenced me in a big way.
I love that. I love that. So I know we have to wrap up now, but it's a shame we didn't get more time. But I want to say thank you so much for your time. Lots of luck for the film. I'm so excited to watch it. And I truly hope when you're in London, we get to do like a sit down and I get to ask you more obscure random questions
Sure. Thank you so
about
much,
the film
Nabila.
and about you as well. So really, really lovely to meet you, Rajkummar Rao.
Thank you,
Have a
Nabila. You
good
take
one.
care.
Good luck.